What's up guys, it's Justin here, and today I've got the video showing you guys the best tech gifts under $1,000 and under $500. I did do two other episodes covering under $50 and under $25, as well as under $200 and under $100. If you guys didn't enter already, I do have a holiday giveaway that is currently open of the iPhone XR, so just check the link down below to enter. But make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop a like on this video, leave a comment down below with your favorite item, and also make sure you follow me over on my Instagram and Twitter, as that's where I'm going to be announcing the winner. At this price point, we definitely have some exciting things, including game consoles, some limited edition ones to look at here, as well as a pair of noise cancelling headphones, some cameras, and also a nice hair dryer, and just a lot of things overall in different categories. So if you guys want to check out the best prices, I'm going to drop a link to everything down below. So I think one of the most obvious options when it comes to this price point is game consoles, and I don't really have a bias between different game consoles. I think all of them are good in their own ways. I've used the Xbox One S, the Xbox One X, and the PS3, PS4, PS4 Pro, and I have had a chance to use the Nintendo Switch occasionally as well, but I think it really does come down to preference and who you're buying the gift for. But my personal two picks right now are the PS4 Pro as well as the Nintendo Switch. I personally prefer the PS4 Pro because I like the controllers, and I've just been on the Sony platform when it comes to gaming for the past few years, and this one does support 4K content that is available right now. And of course the Xbox One S is a little bit newer and more powerful, but I really think it does come down to who you're buying it for and what platform they prefer. The PS4 Pro that I have right here is not the ordinary PS4 Pro. It is very special. As you guys can see, it is in a retro colorway that looks amazing, and it is custom painted by Colorware. You guys might know that Colorware has done a lot of nice limited editions, and they also have the customizer to get one in crazy different colors, but I think the limited edition are amongst my favorite because they're still very minimal but have a nice touch to it that is rare and unique. If you're into classic games, or you know someone who travels a lot and likes to game while they're on the go, then the Nintendo Switch is easily the best portable option at the moment. As someone who didn't really grow up playing as many classic titles, the Nintendo Switch is not something as important to me as I've seen a lot of people enjoy it, but I definitely think it is a great console nevertheless, especially for a gift. This one right here is also in a limited edition retro colorway that is done by Colorware. You have the red buttons as well as the nice little labels right here, and on the back it says Nintendo Switch, and so is one here with the gray painting. If you guys want to check out Colorware specifically and their limited edition options just to give kind of a special gift, I'm gonna leave a link down below. If you know someone who travels a ton, then a great gift to give is the Bose QC35 Series 2. If you go on an airplane and look around, you're gonna notice a lot of people with these pair of headphones, even at the price point of $350 in the US. The reason why is characteristic to Bose. The noise cancellation is excellent, and they are also very comfortable. They feel light, they've got nice padding on the top with suede, and you also have the leather ear cups, so for long periods of time you really shouldn't have an issue. They're also nice and flexible and adjustable. The active noise cancellation pretty much puts you in your own world, especially when you're on somewhere really loud like a plane, and the sound quality is pretty good as well. They are wireless but also come with a cable, and the second generation does have Google Assistant as well as Amazon Alexa support. The battery life on these guys is up to 20 hours wireless and up to 40 hours when wired. When it comes to smartphones around this price point, the easiest phone to recommend for me is one that I've loved a lot and I've been talking about ever since it came out, and that is the OnePlus 6T. So this one right here just came out a couple months ago, and it starts at a price point of $549, and that comes with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, which is really nice. I did do a full review of this, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you've got the great display, which is very beautiful. The battery life is excellent. It charges pretty fast, and it has a dual camera, but you'll look at the front and it has a nice small notch, as well as a fingerprint sensor that is built underneath the display, which is one of the first for a device that is natively available in North America. You of course have a Snapdragon 845 processor, and the software experience amongst all the great hardware features is one of my favorite of any device. So if you're looking for a gift for someone who might just never keep their place clean and might be going back to school, or just are lazy in general, then the Roborock S5 is a great solution for that. This right here is a robot vacuum, and although there are quite a few on the market, I think this one has a lot of smart features that make it stand out. Not only does it look very minimal and kind of match the color scheme of everything that I have, but it is extremely smart, and what I like about it is that it is app controlled. So it also lets you draw certain zones that you want to clean and focus on, and also mark some off-limit areas. And a lot of this is thanks to the laser navigation system. It's actually able to map out your entire place and show kind of a process of where it's cleaned and clean accordingly in a very symmetrical and organized manner. And it actually does an excellent job of doing so, and what I like about it is that it doesn't get stuck that easily. I've had so many vacuums that actually get stuck all the time, which led me to getting rid of them, because there's just no point in using an automatic vacuum if you find yourself climbing underneath the bed or underneath the nightstand to get it out every 5 minutes. The sensors are also able to detect stairs and edges, but another nice feature is that when the sensor detects that it's gone from hardwood to carpet, for example, it can actually switch to maximum suction by itself for a deeper clean. If you guys want to go ahead and pick up the Roborock S5 as a gift or for yourself, I'm going to leave a link to the best price down below, and I will also be running a flash sale with them, so just make sure you check that link as soon as possible. So if there's someone that you know who is really into active sports, whether it's surfing, snowboarding, biking, or even just likes to drive cars and film themselves, then the GoPro Hero 7 is an excellent gift option. And previously, I haven't actually tested out the GoPro Hero 6, 5, or 4, but I did have the 2 back in the day, and I remember having a lot of fun with that, taking it underwater and stuff. But this year, I think the biggest change with it is the hyper smooth stabilization. That has kind of changed my whole view of GoPros, and I believe it is a very big game changer because of the stabilization that it's able to do at this form factor. Even filmmakers out there are using GoPros to capture behind the scenes because it is just ready to go. You can hit record and start recording up to 4K 30 frames per second or 1080p 240. And it does also have a built-in touchscreen on the back to change your settings, different modes, and also view what you're trying to film. The stabilization looks really good, and I think it's one of the best changes that GoPro has made to their camera line in the past few years. The standard bundle does come with the accessories and mounts that you're going to need to mount to a few different things, but it's also nice that out of the box it is waterproof up to 10 meters. So if you guys didn't already, I'm really into streetwear and fashion, whether it's shoes, clothes, and accessories. So one of the things that has really excited me over the past couple years is some of the collabs that tech companies have done with brands like Supreme. If you know someone who's really into tech but seems to already have everything, then something that I think they would really enjoy is like a Mophie battery pack. This one right here is 20,100 milliamp hours, and it has 2 different ports as well as USB Type-C and also the recharge. And here is the button indicator. But you have that red finish with the Supreme logo, and that is a nice kind of collector's item. But on the Bluetooth speaker side of things, you also have the Supreme Bang & Olufsen, which is also a very characteristic Supreme look. Overall very minimal, and the sound quality on this is very good, characteristic to Bang & Olufsen. Whether you want to buy these 2 items or any other Supreme accessories and collabs, or also pretty much any pair of shoes that you could ever imagine, as well as a lot of different streetwear things such as Supreme or Kith, backpacks, and even watches, then StockX is the best place to buy this stuff to ensure that it is 100% legit and at the best market price. I personally use them quite a few times to purchase things, and recently they started sponsoring the channel, and a lot of the different pairs of shoes that you guys have been asking about, whether it's the Off-White Jordans or a pair of Ultra Boosts or the accessories, were all from StockX. Like I said, anything when it comes to shoes or streetwear is available on that site. You can find your different sizes, the prices, make a bid on it. But most importantly, once you make your purchase, all of the items actually get sent to their facility in Detroit, where they hand authenticate each item and give it an approved tag before sending it off to you. If you guys want a chance to win $500 to spend on StockX, whether it's shoes, clothing, or even some accessories, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link to enter down below, but just make sure you follow StockX, subscribe to their YouTube channel, and also download the app itself, and leave a comment down below on this video with your size. So if you're a guy looking to get a gift for a girl, the one thing I can tell you right off the bat is that they probably want a Dyson Supersonic if they don't already have one. And even though I'm single as I still happen to know that. Everyone just seems to be talking about it, and the one that I can recommend if you want to go even more overboard than this Dyson Supersonic is the Dyson Supersonic Gold Edition. So this one right here does come in more expensive, but not astronomically more expensive, but it does have 24 karat hand gilded gold plating. It comes in this very nice red leather box, and I think it looks amazing on its own. But the gold plating itself is handcrafted, and it has this nice blue look to it that just looks super elegant. And the gold leaf plating is just located on the back here, and the amount of craftsmanship that's gone into this, especially if you watch the creation video, is impressive. The Dyson Supersonic is pretty much the best hairdryer that money can buy, and I personally have one myself that I use occasionally for my short hair, but this right here is a limited edition, which I think looks amazing. So another one of those gifts that is great to buy for someone who just doesn't know what they want or pretty much has everything is a solid piece of luggage. And it's something that a lot of people can use if you travel a lot. And luggage is one of those things where you can buy a cheap one, you can buy a decent one that is a good value but can last you many years. A brand that you guys have probably heard of by now or seen around is Away, and they make luggages that start at $225 for the small carry-on. And there's just a lot of options when it comes to customizing the different colors, the materials, as well as a custom initial if you want to add that. And the one I have here is actually the special edition aluminum one, which is very nicely built with all of the rivets and construction, and I think it looks really good. I think the most important parts of luggage is the little things, whether it's the wheels, the hinges, the handles. One of the things that I really like that Away has started to integrate though that we've seen on other luggages as well is a battery pack. So this one right here has a built-in 10,000 milliamp hour battery that is removable. So you can just pop the latch here and start charging your device anytime. or you can also just eject it like this. And there is also 2 USB ports with a priority port, a micro USB for charging, and a battery indicator. And when you're ready to head back home, you can just pop this in your bag and charge it while you're on an airport. And as someone who kind of just sits and plays on my phone at the airport when my flights are delayed, because you guys might know my flights always get delayed, my phone seems to have to be charged like 2 to 3 times on a journey. If you're looking to get a good tablet, the best value I believe is the iPad 9.7 6th generation that came out this year. This one starts at $329, and the reason why I'm not recommending the iPad Pro, even though that's what I personally use, is because the iPad Pro is right around our price limit, but I believe most people who get the iPad Pro are going to need the keyboard or the pencil, which puts it over that price point. The iPad 9.7 is still very powerful and is able to pretty much do what most people want to do with a tablet, whether it's multimedia and productivity. You have the Apple A10 chip as well as an 8 megapixel camera on the back, and it does also work with the Apple Pencil, which is nice to see. I think when it comes to tablets, I've still yet to find a good Android recommendation because the iOS ecosystem, as limiting as we like to complain it is, with the iPad Pro especially, still has the most available tablet exclusive apps. On the Android side of things, if you want to kind of enter that premium category of smartphone, then you have the Google Pixel 3 and 3 XL. These are definitely the top tier of Android phone, and with that you can expect a great display, which is OLED on the pixels. Nice hardware overall with a glass back, and you have features such as wireless charging, which the OnePlus 6T doesn't have. And it's obviously powered by the top specs, including the Snapdragon 845 for 2018. The Google Pixel 3 was definitely the fastest phone I used throughout the year, and many phones definitely came close, but nothing matches a stock Android experience. You also can't forget the 12 megapixel single camera on the back being one of the best on any device this year. Whether it's just for photos, the portrait mode, a lot of that has to be thanks to Google's software enhancing on the photos. But if you're looking for a 2018 smartphone from Apple that is compared to the iPhone XS and XS Max, it actually isn't a bad deal for what it is. You've got the same main camera as the iPhone XS, which is really good and has improvements in the sensor size and dynamic range. And the display itself is really its only compromise, but it still looks incredible, and you really will only notice a difference when compared side by side to the iPhone XS's OLED display. The battery life is probably the best of the 3 devices that were released this year by Apple, and I think it's nice that the 6.1-inch display is kind of a middle ground in size between the XS and XS Max. You also can't forget that it comes in many different fun colors. If you're looking for a great smartwatch to give to an Apple user, then the Apple Watch Series 4 is easily my recommendation. And the reason why I picked the Series 4, because I feel like the changes made this year are meaningful enough to the people that even have the Series 3 to want to get the new generation. A smartwatch is something that you wear on your wrist every single day, and this year, with the reduction in terms of size, which is noticeable enough with the larger display, if I was someone who would wear the Apple Watch every single day, I think I would have bought the new generation. The 40mm model has a 35% larger display compared to the 38mm from the previous gen, while the 44mm is 32% larger in size when compared to the 42mm from the previous gen. It's 10.7mm thin and has an Apple S4 processor, which is 2 times faster than the S3. You've also got ECG and some great health features that just came recently via a software update. And I think for people who like smartwatches and are very engaged in their active life and try to keep track of things and stay healthy, then this is a great option to have. If there's someone in your life who is into audio and they have maybe home speakers, portable speakers, and a whole collection of them, one thing that they might still be missing is a sound. And the Sonos Beam is the one that I can recommend at $399. The one that I currently have in my apartment living room is a Sonos Playbar, but this one right here is a new model that is smaller, comes in 2 colors including black or white. It can still mount very nicely under TV and can easily fill a small to medium room. The main purpose is to connect this to your TV, but you can also play your music to it, and I do it all the time via Spotify through the app and connect it to my other Sonos speakers that are in the room. And the sound quality is overall pretty good with 5 amps, full range woofers and tweeters, and you also have the option to use Amazon Alexa and AirPlay. Otherwise, that pretty much wraps it up for this gift guide of products under $1,000 and under $500. We got one more episode to go, which is gifts over $1,000, so I'll see you guys in that next episode.